Okay. Looks like I'm back to where I was. I don't have a beeping sound currently, which is an improvement. But I did notice that it was a little bit easier to activate that little part that was on the inside of the ignition lock cylinder. I hooked up the battery and everything again, and I will say one of the bad things about this is that, you know, when you first last thing you replace, if you have a problem after that, that's probably the problem, and it looks like this is a good indication of that. Now my radio is still on, which is something that wasn't happening with the old cylinder. Now when I had the old cylinder in there, when I took the new one out, what I was doing is I was trying to lube it, and the little tab that goes underneath the bottom, it was just like right in this position right here. It popped out, and I put it back in, but when I put it back in, the spring, which is not the correct spring, it actually bent. And so I put it back in there the best I can instead of replacing it. And I think that might be actually causing my problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the key back, put it in ignition, and see if the radio goes off. We'll turn the car on, turn it back off. But I might have to actually fix see if I can fix the engine lock cylinder. Okay, so it started up. We still don't have a display, which I think is a separate problem. I don't have the beeping sound that I did before, but I think that was caused by that little piece in there that was sticking, or that was showing you it's put down. So at this point, you looky likey. It's looking like that I'm gonna have to make sure I got the right spring in that, or at least fix that component inside the ignition lock cylinder. But it did resolve the issue with the beeping. However, I'm going to turn it off and see if the radio turns off like it normally should turn off. And it does not. So I'm going to have to take the ignition lock cylinder out and see if that resolves the issue, or at least replacing that spring. Alrighty then, so actually, no, it's beeping again, which is the issue I was originally having. So you guys get a chance to see. It's beeping. The radio is on. The key is out of the ignition. Radio on. And I don't know if you can see, but the display is partially on. I'm not sure if you can see that. You can see it right there. Hopefully I can see it on the camera. But normally that's not supposed to be there. So if I turn the ignition on, this is gonna suck. Alright. See if I can get it in a good position. I think you might be able to see. Can't see. I can't see. Alright, see if I can change the mode. I can't tell right now. I can still see it, but I don't know if you guys can see it. Alright, there's right there. So let's see if I can change it. It's still there. It's still there. It's still there. trying to get to see if I can change the setting to something different. But what I'll do is I'm going to put the key back in and I'm going to turn it, and you'll see the display. If you can see it, it's going to disappear. But how to do that? Don't know if you can see that. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see that. I can see it. Positioning is kind of difficult. And I apologize for the annoying sound, but that is part of the experience. Okay. Hopefully you can see that right now. I can see it. But what I'm going to do is put the key in, and we're going to see it should disappear once I turn it on. Alright, you see it disappear? Hope you did. Alright, just came back. I'm going to turn the key on, and it disappears right a split second. But now I have no display. I think it's part of the cluster issue. But when it's in accessory position or just off and out, you'll see the mileage and then it disappears. So it wasn't doing that with the old ignition lock cylinder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the door so you guys get to close the door. It's still there. Key is off, but the noise goes off. So right now you can see the cluster. There's no key in the ignition. Let's see here. There's no key in the ignition. Okay, there is a key in the ignition. Take that back. The radio is on. I'm going to remove the key, like so. Alright. And I'm going to show you that the radio is on. No key in the ignition, but you can still see the mileage on the display, or at least I can. I can tell what it is. So let's see if I can get it good. Alright, right there, I can still see it. And of course you got the security thing on. Alright, so that's my situation. I'm gonna see if I can fix the ignition lock cylinder, bring it back out, and we'll go from there.